Hi guys, I'm Mike Patey. I love to build wild flying machines. Today we're going to talk about Draco, the one I destroyed. It's physics, math, and engineering. Machine it, draft it, build it, test it, break it. Every time something new gets built, the entire world advances. Laying in bed at night, it's designing new parts, designing new suspension, designing new wings. Draco was a turboprop based on a Wilga PZL from Poland. We converted everything about it to make it one of the most iconic, unique backcountry flying machines ever, taking it from 300 horsepower to nearly 700 horsepower turboprop. One of the funnest aircraft I have ever flown, hands down.
That was awesome!
It was a year of the greatest aviation experience of my life. From Florida to Oshkosh Air Show to the deserts of Nevada, up into Alaska, we competed at events everywhere. We did things with this big red dragon of a beast of an aircraft that has never been seen before. Until the day I made some really bad choices and I totaled it.
I just totaled my baby, Draco, in the just most stupidest possible way.
100% my fault. Making decisions on a day that the winds were beyond my aircraft's ability and beyond my ability as a pilot. That day, I almost lost my life, my wife's life, and the life of one of my best friends. I totaled that aircraft after just fueling it with 160 gallons of jet fuel. Broke the wings off, and while the engine was still running, shattering the blades of the propeller into rocks and shooting them across the entire fuselage, putting dents and holes everywhere. Somehow, with 160 gallons of jet fuel scattered across the aircraft and the ground, nothing lit on fire. We got the engine shut off, and we climbed out underneath a wing, draining fuel on us to get out into a desert and turn around and see what could have been the day that my kids' parents didn't come home. And one more turn of a blade, one more throw of a rock, a little more heat on that jet fuel from the exhaust that was blowing into the fuel, and we wouldn't be here.
All right, guys, day after the mess, and man, I've been in the tanks. I didn't sleep last night, which is kind of normal for me, but last night I really didn't sleep.
A year of the greatest flying of my life, and then just gone. You can't take it back. One bad choice, and it was gone. So for years, I've been trying to decide what to do with the aircraft. I bought it back from the insurance company. I didn't want to let it go. I didn't know what to do with it, although I did know it was beyond repair. I realized now would be a good time to do what we had started working on, which was turning Draco into something everyone could have a piece of to help people get into general aviation. So I have turned Draco into PlaneTags. They're tags, if you're unfamiliar with PlaneTags, it's a company that takes unique flying machines, one of maybe only 50 aircraft build, or even a 737, and they cut it up and they give you a piece of a specific aircraft. Now, I'm not sure, but I think Draco might be the only one-of-one aircraft ever. It's certainly an extremely unique aircraft. And I made it into tags that you can put on your flight bag, your keychain, wherever you will see it most before you start your aircraft, to help you remember, you could be one of the 70% of the fatal crashes that was caused by your decisions. Maybe you can learn from my mistake, and before you start that plane, you can ask yourself, should I really be flying right now? Should I be loading up my kids? Should I be getting in alone and not go home to my family? Or risk the people on the ground if I do something wrong? The intent, and I believe it's going to happen, is it's going to help make pilots safer pilots, make sure people go home safer, and also bring new pilots into aviation. We're pricing them, trying to get the most money to help grow general aviation, and letting you pick what you want to pay for one. As we sell these tags, we're going to put more and more new pilots in the air. Also get people that are learning to become mechanics in aviation an opportunity to sign up for the Patey First Flight program that we've now expanded into helping mechanics get their training done. There are so many people that have signed up that I want to help, so this is how we're going to do it, get to as many people as we can. And if you haven't applied for an opportunity to win a First Flight program, please do so, MikePatey.com. For those of you who want to give back more to general aviation, help more people out, and you want to get some of the low serial numbers, they have this cool shadow box. They're mounted in a frame. Inside that frame, I've signed a little collection of photos of Draco along with the tag that's inside that. So check that out on the website. If you're one of those guys that can give more and you want the big frame, it also will have a smaller shadow box frame with your serial number 1 in it. If you're one of those guys, email, it's silent. It's up to you to give what you can for serial number 1 and serial number 2. Email help@MikePatey.com and let us know what you're willing to pay for serial number 1, serial number 2, and the large pieces of Draco. By giving what you can to aviation, get a piece of Draco at whatever price you can afford to do and give it back, because some pilot's going to thank you for it and you're going to hold a piece of that aircraft forever. The most important thing is, let's remember every time we hold that tag, look at that tag, to make a better choice than me, because 70% of the fatal crashes are caused by bad choices. So if you know anyone or yourself that might help to have a piece of a totaled aircraft to remind them to make good choices, get one for them. That's why we turned Draco into a PlaneTag for all of you. Okay, so all my fellow engineers, where is this leading besides the fact that you can own a piece of Draco, one of my dream aircraft? What else is going on? Well, we've been waiting specifically for this time, the announcement of the Draco tags to help aviation and help remind you to be safe, but to also announce DracoX 10 significant changes. Not only are we starting DracoX, but I'm finally relaxed and excited enough about the bringing back of Draco that I'm going to do something I didn't have the heart to do for several years. It just took a little time. And that's to go back through the footage of the Year of Draco. Oshkosh competition, the desert competitions, Valdez Stoll competition. Videos I planned on making before I crashed it. So I hope you guys follow along, watch the new Draco, the rebirth of the Red Dragon. Watch old Draco and remember the mistakes we all can make, and hold on to the piece of Draco so you never make that mistake and you make better choices and you go home to your family. And that simultaneously you are sharing your love of aviation with those who may not be able to afford their first flight. So I hope you guys follow along. I love you guys. I have never been more excited to start an aircraft than to start the rebirth of our Dragon Draco. Back to work.